Never ceases to amaze how Stephanie White can somehow find a way to blame Caitlin Clark for just about everything. Tonight's press conference after the Indiana Fever win 86-77 over the Phoenix Mercury after a 19-3 deficit to start the game. Caitlin Clark goes on a heater, has a 15-point second quarter, gets them back in the game, wins the game for them, goes 24 points, 9 assists, balls out, only 3 turnovers. So this time it wasn't the turnovers that she threw her under the bus on. This time it was her technical foul that she threw her under the bus for, and somehow blamed her for her technical foul for clapping, allegedly. Not allegedly. The referee said she gave her a technical foul for clapping. So what did Stephanie White do after that happened? You guessed it. Absolutely nothing. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Indiana Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Show. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave your comments, hype the video. Appreciate everyone who jumped on board the live tonight. Let's just jump into this interview. Stephanie White, post-game press conference. Hear what she had to say, and you'll get to listen to the ridiculousness of a Stephanie White post-game press conference. I know people hate the sound of her voice, nails on chalkboard, but this has got to be shown. It has got to be shown.
Steph, how would you assess the first quarter and then how your team responded after a weird first quarter?
I thought our energy was low. I thought we were tight. I thought we settled for a lot of jumpers, and when they weren't going in, you could almost kind of see us getting tighter. And we just had to loosen it up. And we talked in the timeout about, look, our shots are going to fall, but we have to find more energy. We have to find more energy. And I'm proud of the way that our team responded.
The energy thing in basketball to me is just so silly because if the shot goes in, you're not crying about energy. You're not saying that they're not having energy. Missing shots does not mean that you don't have energy. And I mean, there was a bunch. I mean, there was a layup that Aaliyah Boston threw over the backboard. She missed a point blank layup before that and then threw the next one over the backboard. I mean, you missing shots does not mean that you don't have energy. It just means you're missing shots. So, yeah, you might get tight, but I wouldn't say, I didn't see a lot of energy the entire game, in my opinion, but hey, that's her opinion.
Spoke to Caitlin about technical foul, the kind of skirmishes that happened in the game. How aware do you all have to make her, or she has to be about the 8 technical fouls and you get suspended for a game? That was her 5th tonight.
Yeah, I mean, she's got to be aware. Certainly, I think there are some that we could do without. There are natural things that happen that the energy of the game creates when you do get those. But there are some that we can be a little bit more in control. And so, yes, we'll continue to remind her. And I think she has to have an awareness.
So basically, Caitlin Clark is not aware. She has to have control of herself. There are technical fouls that we could deal with not having. Okay. So, Steph, how do you control that? You're the coach, right? How do you prevent that from happening? I got the solution, Steph. You want to hear it? The solution is that you get the technical foul. It's an easy one. The solution is that you start fighting for your players and you get the technical foul. You get the ejection. You have a Sidney Johnson moment where you go crazy on referees. You do all that. Have the police escort you out, like he had to be escorted out of the Atlanta Dream game when the Mystics went to Atlanta. Tell me, Steph, how hard would that be for you to fight for your player? Fight for her. I mean, I know you hate her. I know you just don't like her and the whole nine. You think she's a pain in the ass to deal with. But the fact remains is you're not going to win a championship if she's not on your team. Like, you're not going to win. You might win games, but you're not going to win the games that matter. Not with this group. Not without her. You have no chance without her. I know you got lucky as hell to get to the semifinals last year and all that without her, but you're not winning a championship without her. So you can throw that shit in the garbage if you think that you're going to win without her. But she got to control herself, right? So tonight when she gets a technical foul for clapping, after she gets her arm wrenched and tangled up with Dewana Bonner, who goes crazy. So Dewana Bonner did not get a technical foul until the nonstop pointing that she was and the screaming that she was doing involving Sophie Cunningham. She wasn't teed up for the moment with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark got teed up for clapping. Okay.
Obviously, with Caitlin getting that tech, that then kind of led into that whole skirmish. Just what was your perspective of what happened there, or what the officials told you?
Yeah, I mean, they said that Caitlin got it for clapping. And so I guess that's taunting. And then I was talking to the officials about it when the other stuff happened. So I didn't really see exactly what was happening at the time. But look, like it's competitive sport. Like so that stuff happens. I felt like the officials did a good job, after everything of getting it under control. I appreciate the way they called it after that, certainly. But as a group, we have to be able to have our moment and then regroup and play with poise and composure. It can't continue to go on.
So now you say the opposite. Now you say the referee told you it was for clapping, and you claim that's taunting. How was she taunting them? Clapping. You can't even find her in the video. Like you can't even find her on the video clapping in anyone's face. You can't find her on the video. I mean, if you can find the video for me, if someone has the video, send it to me. I want to see it because I did not see a video of her clapping in anyone's face because it was Sophie Cunningham that was doing all this. And it was hilarious, but it wasn't Caitlin Clark. And then it was Maisha Hines Allen going back and forth with Alyssa Thomas. And so competitive sport. So again, you just mentioned that competitive sport. So clapping now is against the rules in competitive sports. That's what we're doing. So again, what could you have done? You could have, I don't know, you let the referee tell you that and you didn't like lose your shit. Like you didn't lose it on the referee right there when that referee said to you, I gave her a technical foul for clapping, for taunting. Well, when did she taunt? For clapping? At that point, a baseball manager would go crazy and get ejected. Like a baseball manager, that's like balls and strikes type shit. Like the baseball manager will run on the field and get absolutely tossed at the end, but he would chew that umpire out. Stephanie White would rather sit there, let a referee tell her about it, and then just say, "Oh, you know what? Caitlin's got to be under more control because she clapped." What's next? She breathed. She took a breath. She went, "Who's?" I mean, what are we talking about here, folks? This is the coach. And every single time she speaks, she just refuses to ever defend her player. Even if she doesn't agree with the player, you got to stop blasting your player or passive aggressively throwing your player under the bus in press conferences. I mean, she does it almost every game. She did the last game. It was the turnovers. Caitlin Clark's fault, the turnovers. Now it's Caitlin Clark's fault, the technical fouls. No, I would tell you that the technical fouls are happening because you're not getting them, because you're not fighting for her, because you're not doing something about it. And she's had it. She's sick of it. And she's fighting for her goddamn self now to where she's talking about referees after the game and she's saying it's ridiculous. Why didn't you just say that technical foul was ridiculous? Oh, that means you have to back her up. I know that you're allergic to that, right? So she's in a press conference where she's going to get fined now for telling everybody that was ridiculous. And here you are with the same song and dance. It's her fault. Why don't you back her up and you sit here and say, yo, a technical foul for clapping in a game like this? Are you fucking kidding me? In a game, period. But one like this, are you kidding me? Not Stephanie White.
Kind of in that same vein, obviously, Maisha got her second tech in the next possession. Was that something that will be a lesson about composure as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We certainly talked to Mai about it. And it's poise and composure, and it's okay. We have some moments, but then we got to regroup, and we've got to get locked in, and we've got to get focused. We have to grow in some of those areas, and sometimes losing our poise and composure looks like that. Sometimes losing our poise and composure looks like breakdowns. It looks like turnovers, and for us, we've got to continue to grow in those moments.
Steph Mo obviously had a big game tonight. Early in the
Yeah.
season when she was going through a rough patch, you talked about the importance of her giving herself grace.
Mhm.
What did she demonstrate during that hard time that gave you faith that she'd persevere?
Well, selflessness, number one, because she was always still a consistent voice, pouring in and encouraging others, holding one another accountable, giving us great energy. Even if she didn't feel it physically, she was giving it to us vocally, in practice and in the games, and staying engaged. When the minutes, went up and down, and that's a vet, number one, and that's a selfless teammate, number two. I'm really happy for her. I thought, she did a great job of being active on the glass and defensively early. And then we did a good job, and C did a great job, especially of finding her on her dives. She got out of screens, and her movement and her activity level were terrific tonight. And that's what we need from her.
Steph,
Wow, she must have felt sick. She just said that Caitlin Clark did something good. I mean, you didn't mention the 24-9, the 15-point second quarter that Caitlin Clark had, but hey, I guess she passed the ball well enough to Monique Billings to make Monique Billings look like a superstar tonight, right? Because being that Monique Billings has had literally 2 good games in 17. She's had 2 good games in 17 games. I mean, two good games. Oh my God. Like the glaze job we just got from Monique Billings is wild.
on those lines, how much chemistry do you see continue to get built between Mo and C?
Yeah, I mean, it's still growing. Certainly, I liked how we were able to get her a little bit more involved in some of that stuff here today. We've got to continue to hunt opportunities to do that. Some of that has to happen organically. Some of that we can manipulate, but some of it has to happen organically. But I just thought Mo's energy level overall from the jump was really good.
All right, she loves Mo Billings. Great. She loves Mo Billings. We know.
About 2 minutes left. What's the balance of, okay, we do have a lead, but it's chippy. Like, how do you kind of do that or grade that as a coach?
Well, I think it was like 12 points with 2 minutes left, which is a lot of time. So she was going to go back in the game.
That's literally absurd. I mean, that's literally absurd, man. Like, come on. So Caitlin Clark picks her 5th foul on that Alyssa Thomas reversal with 5 minutes or so to go. And they're up 17 points. She had 23 points and 9 assists at that point, and you could have left her in the game. There's 5 minutes to go. What are you going to take her out for? For what reason would you take her out? If she commits another foul in the next 3 minutes, who cares? You're 17. Yeah, I would like to see her get a double-double, 24 and 10. I'd love it. I'd love to see her get 2, 3 more assists. I'd love to see it. It could happen. I'd love to see it. But you took her out for the 5th foul, and then you put her back in the game with 1:56 to go, and they're up 14, not 12, 14. So you don't even know the scoreboard. You're not even aware of what's happening in the game. And then you took her out 45 seconds later. 45 seconds later. Or was it 35? It may have been 35 seconds later. It might have been 35 seconds. Yeah, 156 to 1. May have been 35 seconds later. You took her out 35 seconds later, and the lead was 15. I don't want to say what if she got hurt in that 35-second stretch, because I don't believe in stuff like that. But why would you even take her out at the 5-minute mark if you're so worried about finishing the game and winning the game? Because I'm sorry, a 14-point lead, a 12-point lead with 1:56 to go, it's almost impossible to blow that game. You could have just left her sitting on the bench. So you were putting her back in the game. They asked this question of Caitlin Clark as well. And she said, you have to ask Stephanie White, because I have no idea. I didn't ask to go back in. You don't think Caitlin Clark wants to stay in the basketball game at all times? I mean, to take her out at the 5-minute mark there was ridiculous. I would have rather heard her say this. Realistically, at the 5-minute mark, we're up 17 points. It's emotional. She has a tech already. I don't want her to get another one. I don't want to risk someone trying to take a cheap shot at her. See, these are the things that you can say to defend your player. I don't want to see anyone take a cheap shot at her, get her hurt potentially because it's chippy out there. And I don't want to get another tech because now she's one tech away from being suspended. So I don't want to have any of this happen. So I sat her down at the 5 minutes and change mark. That's understandable. You put her back in with under 2 to go with a 14-point game, and you needed to close the game out, and then she plays for 35 seconds and you took her back out. The lady makes no sense. She just doesn't make sense. And so that's Stephanie White for you. But again, Caitlin meet bus, boom, boom, boom. That's Stephanie White running that damn bus over your ass again. But what's new? Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments, hype the video, subscribe, like the video, the whole nine, man. I appreciate y'all. As always, this is Indian Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.